Hi guys, Ree here with Angel Messenger. I'm doing a tea with Ree, drinking one of my teas. This one is a yogi tea, so they have these little tea tags, and it says, "You have not to find out the reality. You are the reality." That's interesting. I'm drinking the Gypsy Cold Care. Actually, I think this one just says Cold Season, but it's I like the Gypsy Cold Care too. But um, Anyway, today I want to share with you a deck that I have never used before. This is called the Green Witch Oracle, and it is by Cheralyn, Darcy, and it's published by Rockpool. And I will put a link to this. It is a neat deck. I just opened it for the first time. Well, actually, I had opened it before, but a few minutes ago was the first time I really looked at it. So it's got protection symbols on the inside, and it has a neat little book that comes with it. And I say neat because with each card that you pick, there is a possibility of doing a little spell with it to work with the card. And so I think that's really cool. And I wanted to show you some examples because what this deck is you can pick, when you pick the cards, each card has a fruit or vegetable on it. And a kitchen witch would tell you that you can cook with different fruits and vegetables with the intention of adding that item to your food. So if you want to cook something that will bring protection to your family, you can cook with something that brings protection. So I'm gonna, just for example, so here's a card with potato. So if your family needs some grounding energy, you can even see the earth symbol there. You can bring have family eat potatoes. So, which is interesting because whenever I would go away, like on a trip, and I'd be one time I went to open a new store for a company and I got really sick, and I was gone for like 2 weeks, and when I came home all I wanted to eat was mashed potatoes, and I find that interesting because it's a grounding food. So in tomatoes is love, the energy of love, and strawberries is agreement. And I think actually there's a book that's published by Llewellyn, and I'll have to put it in the information below this video, but I can't remember it off the top of my head for some reason. It's a great book that talks about all the different things associated with different fruits and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that strawberries can be used for love as well, because I've used it in a blessing before. But apparently it's also good for agreement. So I just want to show you that a little bit before we get down to using the stones. But if you've kind of looked at these ahead of time, maybe you've been attracted to one of these while I was talking. So let me say what they are. This is an opalite star. You can see how it really reflects light. It's kind of opaque. This is an obsidian heart, very protective stone. And this is a large labradorite heart. And you can see maybe kind of some of the blue flash that's in there. Oh, there you go. There's some of the flash. This one is new to the store, but the other two have been. Actually, the opalite star is new as well. These two I just put in the store recently. So figure out if you feel drawn to one of these, or if you just want to wait till I lay the cards down. But I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these, and you can see the air, water, earth, or fire and earth symbols here too. So the elements are really drawn into this deck. It's a very nature inspired deck. Since it's a new deck, I want to make sure I really shuffle it well. Okay, so each has two, I guess. Okay, so I think you can see that pretty well. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to this thing. Okay, so let's start with the Opalite. So we have rosemary and grapes. So rosemary is really good for memory. It said if you smell rosemary, it helps with your memory. And grapes are abundance. Okay, so move that over just a bit. So let's go with rosemary first, because that's number 16. So each one is going to have like a little quote. So it has, the quote is, when the world wearies and society fails to satisfy, there is always the garden. And that quote is by Minnie Omnier. And the meaning of the card, rosemary, is deeper levels of connection with people, concepts, and plans are all areas that rosemary works with. You are reminded to ensure you are in touch with your inner wisdom, paying heed to the past, and have cleared what needs to be released. Listen to your intuition as it is calling to you at present, but be wary of gossip or becoming tactless or too forceful. And then it tells you how to cultivate rosemary, when it's best to plant it. And then there's magical correspondences. The use is to the mind, cleansing, consecration, psychic development, lust, deities to work with, one being Mary, Hecate, sea spirits. It's the sun sign is Leo, and the celestial body is the sun. And then there's a memory spell that you can do with it too. So if you're interested in these cards at all, I highly recommend getting the deck, because there's just too much to go through with every single card. So let's look up 23 here. Water fruits. Interesting. Yeah, grape is definitely a water fruit. More grows in the garden than the garden sows, Spanish proverb. The meaning is stay where you are and grow what you need there, as this is a fertile time and place. Grapes will indicate that magic is about, especially from the garden. So get out there and you will find opportunity and inspiration, family stability, happiness, tradition, and the way they can support you, and are all the things you should be remembered and implemented. Don't be disingenuous and be very careful not to cancel appointments. So the uses of grape are fertility, wealth, mental strength, garden magic, and abundance. Deities are Dionysus, Hathor, Epona, Persephone, the Muses, and Morgan. And the celestial body is the moon, the astrological sign being Sagittarius. And there is an abundance spell in here. Go for labradorite. Got 32, the fig, okay, and that's for vitality. And then we got number 8, pumpkin, for productivity. Okay, so let's look at number 8 first. The meaning is your hard work, planning, and experience should be paying off now, and there's a reason to keep going with what you're currently working on. Additional resources can be safely used, and there's an indication of a promotion, windfall, or increase of some sort. There are good energies surrounding health and also fitness levels, although challenges will include failure to keep those at their optimum through neglect. So I guess that's where vitality comes in. So uses of this are risk, healing, abundance, guidance, fertility, and love. It connects with the moon and the sign of Cancer. Okay, number 32. Now normally when I do a reading for a person, I really connect with the card and feel that person's energy. But since we're doing it kind of generally for everyone, I'm not doing it so much that way as reading what's in the book. But there is still some symbolism in these cards that I do see, but I really want to kind of have people see the use and meanings of working with fruits and vegetables in your daily life, and how something like this can also have meaning, and how you can use fruits and vegetables to cook and have them be beneficial and healing to those you love as well. So, okay. Excuse me. Okay, so figs will show that you can and should look at what you have and what is going on with new eyes. Every single day gives us all the chance of a fresh beginning, but you will need to jump up and work for it. New life experiences are on offer, and clarity will shine upon opportunities as well. I'm sorry. The house is still dry from winter, and it got uncovered, so my allergies are kicking in, and then it's snowing today. So anyway, okay, let me try this again. New life experiences are on offer, and clarity will shine upon opportunities as well. Someone may be about to bring trouble to your sphere, so make sure you protect yourself. Okay, so protection stones, obsidian, black tourmaline, any black stone is a good protection stone. Actually, even obsidian or labradorite is a good protection stone. This is one of my stones that I like to wear a lot. Okay, so let's see what last stone brings us. Passion and desire. Wow, those seem to go well together, don't they? So we've got number 3 and number 7. Let's start with number 3. And, you know, there is a thing in, wow, sorry. Someone doesn't want me telling this, I guess, but there is a thing in Fey magic that talks about the black heart of innocence, and it's basically, and it's interesting because it's a black heart, and it's talking about passion and desire, which are sexual things, but, or it could be something else more innocent, because the black heart of innocence is more about someone who doesn't really, it's not really about anything sexual, it's something more innocent. And so that kind of energy might be in this as well. So let's look at what lettuce has to tell us about desire. Okay, love is the flower of life. This is the quote part. I don't think I read the quote part on the other ones, but let's read the quote part. Love is the flower of life and blossoms unexpectedly and without law, and must be plucked where it is found and enjoyed for the brief hour of its duration. That's D.H. Lawrence. Okay. All right, so the oracle meaning of lettuce: fulfillment in many areas of your life can be found by working a little more on your current relationships, overcoming challenges as indicated, and new material gain and recovery are also shown. Lettuce helps us get better physically and emotionally. It asks that you watch the way you're caring for yourself and to be careful about what it is you're focused on. Are your desires really serving your truth? So the uses can be about lust, renewal, recovery, love, fertility. So it can be about sexual things, you know, desire, renewal, lust. But renewal and recovery, love, those can all be about innocence of, you know, taking care of your body, taking care of yourself. Self-care is a big one to recovery. So, and lettuce is a big part of self-care, you know. Iceberg lettuce isn't the healthiest lettuce, but romaine is very healthy. Baby spinach is very healthy. My husband is big on wraps, for example, and I do not like wraps. I'll eat them if I have to, but I would rather put a wrap in lettuce because it just, I like crunchy things, and it's not, I don't know, I just don't like wraps. So I would rather have lettuce. I guess I like desire. So, but there you go. So passion, we have a beet here. Let's figure out what number 7 has to tell us. All right. Oh, okay, well, this quote's kind of funny. An addiction to gardening is not bad when you consider all the other choices in life. Coralie Bell. All right, well, I don't know about you, but gardening is not my strong point. I've tried gardening, and it's just not for me. I need raised beds or something because, well, with my illness that I had been fighting for a decade, it's very difficult to be on my hands and knees and gardening and down in a garden. So although I did work in my grandparents' garden for quite a few years, and they had several acres of gardening that we took to farmers markets every weekend. So anyway, so this one, passion, goes along with desire and the black obsidian heart here. And keep in mind, this stone is also a protective stone. So the meaning of this card is look at the core of what usually motivates you for direction and lifting of any negative energies. Because a focus on self-love and developing a better understanding is needed, beetroot supports your heart chakra and will show you that new projects, personal goals, and emotional healing are all in positive light with a chance of success. Challenges include family disagreements and getting stuck on the superficial. Okay, so the uses are love, blood magic, which I don't do anything with that, but any kind of magic, passion, beauty, joy. I have seen people make rouge for cheeks out of beet powder, lipstick out of beet powder. You can work with Aphrodite and Venus, the celestial planets of Saturn and Venus, the astrological sun sign of Sagittarius. And there's a passion spell to boost passion in a relationship or rekindle motivation for a project with beet ink is in here. So that's kind of gives you a little bit of an idea how this deck works, and a little bit of a message for each stone here. And just like the other ones that I've done, this message isn't meant for any certain week, month, day, whatever. It's intended for whenever you find this message and whatever stone you feel called for at that time. So if you like the black obsidian at this time, and 6 months from now you see it and you like the labradorite heart, then that's just as valid then. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you, and this has been an episode of Tea with Ree, and have a blessed day. Take care.